Hi, folks. Chocolate Yoddah here, spelled Yoddah, because film studios are litigious. I have been podcasting for over 4.5 years now, since I think March or April of 2020. And it is now 2024 in November. And this whole time, I have never done a mic review, but now I am compelled to. Right here, we have the Maono. Assume it's pronounced Maono because I think it's a Hawaiian company, but I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong. The Maono PD400X. It's a phenomenal mic, and it comes with a huge windscreen, but I'm not going to use that because I don't particularly like how windscreens change the characteristic of my voice. My voice is already muddy. I don't need anything else making it muddier. That said, I basically have three types of mic. I use certain types of mics for streaming, podcasting, certain types of mics for audio only, like narration type stuff, and a certain type of mic for voiceover. So, for instance, I usually use dynamic mics for podcasting slash streaming. I usually use really big condenser mics for the audio only stuff. I'm using a Bife Lee version 7, which has a 34 millimeter capsule and it captures a lot of detail. And for voiceover work, I use a shotgun mic. Now, back to this mic, the Maono, it has a lot of versatility for such an inexpensive mic. This mic is very similar, at least to my ears, to the SM7B, which starts off at somewhere between $350 to $400. Then you have to have an audio interface on it. Then you have to have a cloud lifter or some kind of preamp added to it. So you're usually looking at somewhere in the $600 or $700 range just to get that mic up and running. And I know so many podcasters use it, and it's a really great mic. I don't particularly like um, how it sounds for my voice. I've never used it. I've used mics like it, like this one, but this particular uh, profile for my voice is a little bit better. Instead of having a 20,000 hertz range, it has a 16,000 hertz range, and I think that sort of changes the characteristic of the sound that it captures. And I like this much better than the SM7B. And now I'm using the software that comes with it, which you can only use when it's on USB. And this is actually the only the second mic I've ever used that I used on USB. Everything else is XLR. But this software is called the Maono Link, and basically it gives you options as to what you can do with the mic. Things like setting a high pass filter, which I have on. There's a flat response. This is how the flat response sounds. Hello, hello, Chocolate Yoddah here. This is the flat response to the mic. Then we have a combination. I'm sorry, we have the presence boost, and we have the combination of the high pass filter and the presence boost. The only one I really like is either flat or high pass filter. I have a tiny bit of a limiter on here at -1 dB. I don't have a compressor or noise gate on, but depending on your voice, those can be necessary. I like the limiter just in case I laugh or I'm talking to someone on a live stream and my voice goes up suddenly. Other than that, I don't like to filter my voice too much. But those filters are very useful. And if you want to customize the bands even more, you can do custom filters, which gives you 3 bands, and custom filter on the advanced mode, which gives you 5 bands. So you do have a lot of versatility. And for a mic that costs roughly 20 to 30% of what you would spend on an SM7B, and again, this is not a criticism of the SM7B, but to get a mic that comes even close to an SM7B for that little price, I think is very impressive. So those are my thoughts on the Maono PD400X. Check it out, see if it works for you. That's it for now. Peace, love, and granola. Talk to you soon.